That time of year again. Rain, come on in.
Come on in. It is definitely that time of year again. We're getting some much needed rain drenching Northern California for a second day. Gregory Isom sent us that video from Fairfield. Thank you, Gregory. An early October storm sweeping much of the region, dropping more than an inch of rain in some areas. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Lisa Gonzalez.
I'm Galston Dart. Tonight, heavier snow starting to fall in some parts of the Sierra tonight, and this is just the start of the wet and snowy season.
We have live team coverage for you on the impacts of the storm. We are in El Dorado, Placer, and Calaveras counties right now, plus our team of meteorologists are tracking this storm. Let's start with meteorologist Heather Waldman with what's happening with radar right now, Heather.
Yeah, and we're starting to see that snow level come down slowly but surely. We now have chain controls on Highway 50 as well as 88. Nothing on 80 at the moment. We are expecting that to change overnight, especially once the sun goes down. But it is soggy through the foothills, eastern side of the valley especially. I know at my place in the Sacramento area, but the entire morning was just kind of damp and drizzly. Kind of a cozy morning, but the temperatures haven't gone too far since. This is a closer view of the radar near Donner Summit. I've got the traffic flows on. Again, no chain controls here, and we're starting to see some snowflakes mix in at the summit, but it is mostly just rain hitting the pavement at this point. We do have delays getting up and over Echo Summit from Twin Bridges to Myers. You need to chain up to get up and over the summit there to get into South Lake Tahoe or to come back down the hill. You also need the chains and cables over 88 over the Carson Spur. It's been snowing steadily at Bear Valley for the last few hours. They're picking up some nice accumulation there. So the snow level on its way down to 6,000 feet this evening. It's going to continue to drop to about 5,500 feet overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're not talking about heavy snow, but there's certainly enough for it to accumulate on the roads and for things to be slick and slow into Wednesday morning. By the time we do get to Wednesday morning, the snow level starts to inch back up, but the snow itself is going to end fairly quickly. So final numbers for Interstate 80, 4 to 8 inches of snow over Donner Summit, a couple of inches also possible down into the Kingvale area. The farther south you go, the bigger those snow numbers are going to be. Here's a close view of the San Joaquin Valley. Hit and miss downpours there. Soggy from Sonora to San Andreas, Placerville, Cameron Park, Roseville, all seeing some light, steady rain at this point too. Grass Valley to Lake of the Pines. Yeah, it's been a wet go this afternoon. And look at the temperatures. These are currents. We're still in the 50s in the valley, 40s in the foothills. Starting tomorrow, though, the sun comes out. We warm things back up. I'll see you with the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, yeah, we'll check back with you for sure, Heather. Let's get out in it. What do you say? Let's go to El Dorado County right now. Leanne Den, you're live at Echo Summit, and we can see a few flakes there around you, Leanne.
Yeah, since we last saw you in the 4 o'clock hour, we traveled about 15 minutes west, so really not very long, but seeing a completely different scene from Myers to Echo Summit here. And you'll notice just over my shoulder the CHP and a tow truck driver helping a driver out who has gotten into some trouble as this winter weather has shown up here in October. We, again, are seeing just a completely different scene here at Echo Summit than we did just up the way at Myers. So we do have snow starting to cover the road. We are in the section of 50 that is within chain control right now. That's in effect from Twin Bridges to Myers. Caltrans expected that they would need chain control at some point. They weren't exactly sure when it would go into effect, but it was about 3:30 that they put it in place. Expect that to be in place throughout the evening and into the overnight hours. They did encourage everyone to keep in touch with their social media, with their app, to keep an eye on the status of things. After what was mostly a rainy day for us along Highway 50 earlier this morning and into this afternoon. Drivers, of course, taking it very easy. And for locals, they told us that this is just a sign of what is to come.
It's nice, means ski season will be starting, and winter's always beautiful here.
I think it's great. I mean, you know, the Heavenly's supposed to open next month, the 21st, so, you know, it's good to have some early snow. It's bad for golfing, but, you know, it's good for, you know, the snow gods here.
Yeah, maybe not the best day for golf here along Highway 50 and into the Sierra. Where we're standing right now, we're not too far from one of the Caltrans maintenance yards, so we have seen those clouds going in and out. We've got the snow falling down now, and as you can see, drivers taking it really easy along Highway 50. At Echo Summit, Leanne Daniel, KCRA 3.
All right, thanks for that look out there, Leanne.
So you gotta do is take it real easy. Let's go to KCRA 3's Andres Valle and Live Tracker 3 on I-80. Andres, what are you seeing so far, and where on I-80 are you?
So we just approached Colfax, so elevation-wise, we're about 2,400 feet, and right now, even at this elevation, yeah, we're still dealing with a lot of rain coming down. You can still see a lot of that mist, that water picking up from the vehicles in front of us. Kind of shows you what it looks like from our rooftop camera. Obviously, we don't have any of those windshield wipers on this camera, so you can still imagine what it would be like if you don't even have those proper windshields from wiping. But as we take it down to the roads, you can see all the water kind of dripping off our wheel cam right here. But let's take it over and show you kind of those westbound lanes over here. Things are looking pretty good, at least on those westbound lanes of I-80. We're currently traveling on those eastbound lanes, but again, still very wet, still very slick, but a lot of the cars around our area, in this area I should say, are going the speed limit. The speed limit here is 65 miles per hour, but as we continue to drive up the hill, we'll let you know, of course, when we'll see that rain transition to potentially even some slushy snow mixture or see some snow. Of course, right now the roads are looking pretty good. There are no chain controls as of right now on I-80, but again, if that does change, you'll be the first ones to know. We're live here in Live Tracker 3. Andres Valle, KCRA 3 News.
Thanks, Andres.
All right, let's go to Alpine County right now and check this out. Okay, so if you look from left to right here, that's the same camera showing Bear Valley from noon today. Then you've got 2 o'clock, and then you've got right now. So you can see pretty much all day it's been snowing there.
A few miles south of Bear Valley, we find KCRA 3's Anahita Jafari live in Tamarack in Calaveras County. It looks beautiful there. The snow coming down looks like December right now. You've seen a lot of steady snowfall there.
Yeah, it's really cold out here, and there is a lot of snow. You can see it in my hair, actually. I don't know why I didn't tie it up today, but I want to show you guys, just an hour ago when we were live with you guys, we showed you, I swept the snow off of this, but you could just see how much has accumulated ever since that happened. We are on Highway 4 in Tamarack. I'm going to step away so that you guys can take a look at how beautiful it is out here. You can see it's all over the trees. It's on this lodge that we're standing next to, on the roof of it, just so much snow. And even though we've been talking about this snow coming since last week, people out here say they were still surprised to see so much snow this early in the year. It's just under 7,000 feet in elevation here, and we're about 5 miles from Lake Alpine, where Caltrans says Highway 4 is temporarily closed. Driving through the area this afternoon, we weren't seeing much snow, but clearly that's changed until we were a little bit east of Camp Connell. In the past hour, we noticed snow is starting to stick on the roadway as well. We have seen snow plows come through to clear the roadways, and we ran into a couple people playing in the snow.
It was just kind of crazy. It's just like, whoa, you know, it was a lot of snow, and then it just kept snowing. Like, we've been out here for a minute, so there's a lot more snow than there was when we were out here, and it just keeps snowing, so it's kind of crazy to see.
We get a jacket, so
you stay warm?
Yeah, so we stay warm.
Well, you heard it from that 4-year-old right there. Keep a jacket on if you're in this area, because it is cold out here. And Caltrans tells us that chain control is set up a little bit east of Arnold, about 14 miles east over in Poison Springs. Sending it back to you.
All right, Anahita, thank you. I thought that was a scarf. That's her hair.
I know, covered in snow.
All right, well, from the foothills to the valley, the umbrellas were out in downtown Sacramento today as people were staying dry. And it was coming down pretty good for a time on J Street. We shot this about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Scattered showers going to continue through the evening.
That's right. Meteorologist Dirk Verdorn is tracking that with a look at the total so far. Dirk?
Yeah, we've had some significant rainfall with this early storm making its way across Northern California. But what I wanted to show you to start off with was the cloud cover. So this is actually satellite images, the visible image showing you the direction the clouds are circulating around this area of low pressure that's currently right here. It's moving from just off the coast of California. It's going to continue to work its way farther inland. And what's been really interesting to see the direction the rain started out coming from the south, and now we're seeing it coming directly from the east. And so we have this band of rain that's continuing to push through, and we've had some significant accumulations associated with that. So here's a look at the numbers. So far, almost 1.5 inches in Sacramento. We've had 1 inch and 4400ths in Stockton, 1 inch and 900ths in Modesto, over 1/2 inch in Pollock Pines, 1 inch and 2300ths in Arnold. Blue Canyon just starting to get going there with a third of an inch around Oroville and over a half an inch in Yuba City. Well, Fairfield's had almost 1.25 inches. So again, there's more rain to come, and so we're going to have those numbers updated, of course, as we go through the night tonight. Now, back over to you.
All right, Dirk, thanks. Make sure and stay with KCRA 3 as the conditions change in the Sierra. And scan the QR code on your screen, and you can follow updates right on the KCRA 3 app. We'll make sure to stay on top of anything like chain controls and delays throughout the night and into tomorrow morning.